Bull or bear? Coin got it wrong last night, but, you know. I suspect there's a 50-50 chance this coin will be right or wrong any given moment, only given that there's two sides of this and it comes up a bear tonight. Good evening, folks. What's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. And got a lovely evening out there, 82 degrees. Take a look at this. I think the rest of the Northeast is going to get pretty much pummeled by some nasty weather this upcoming weekend, I believe, from what I hear. Meanwhile, I think we're going to get hit with 58 degrees on Christmas Day. That's pretty damn cold for Florida. 58. You know, people break out, the Floridians break out the parkas and the winter gear at 58 degrees. And no, I am not exaggerating. If you've lived down here long enough, you will see people dressed in subarctic winter gear in 58-degree weather. Those are natural Floridians, like my nephews who wear wool caps, jeans with shirts upon shirt. I mean, I don't even know how they do it. They don't even break a sweat. But I guess if you grow up down here, that's the way it is. I've been down here most of my life, and I find myself getting colder and colder, putting more clothes on as well. Beautiful evening out. Hope you're having a great holiday Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday, and then, gosh, we got the weekend coming up. And happy holidays to everyone. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all that good stuff to all you folks out there. And to you atheists, happy December. And you agnostics, I don't know if you understand even what you're happy about. So, little joke there. But no less, let me get out of the me trying to be funny here and move into the quote of the day. Not even a quote of the day. Here's the meme of the day. Can't argue with this, but it wasn't just this Christmas. It's probably the next 20 Christmases that got stolen. $1.7 trillion passed without a, I mean, oh my God, folks, where are we going from here? But do I need to repeat this? It's been in the news all day. Anyone that has even a half a brain understands that now is not the time to be blowing out the budget like they have been. And well, anyways, I don't need to explain this to you. Anybody that actually runs a real budget, runs a business, or runs a household on a fixed income or a certain amount of income certainly understands that you just can't keep spending and spending and spending with no new money coming in unless they think they can print it, and that's exactly what they do. And what does that do? It cheapens the money in our pockets, and that's why we're into precious metals, because of a fiat dollar that's going to just continue to decline in buying power. Meanwhile, what doesn't decline in buying power? Price of gold and silver. Well, gold and silver don't. But the price, well, you know about the prices. The prices are on sale, fire sale right now, but you don't say, do you? But this is, this little meme is for, you don't say, is for this particular article in gata.org, which I like, which says, suddenly everyone is hunting for alternatives to U.S. dollars. Duh. I've been talking about this for almost 3 years now, coming up in 3 years. I think this spring I've been talking about this, the weaponization of the U.S. dollar and how that's going to hurt. Besides being a fiat dollar to start with, which declines in value all the time, weaponizing the dollar, the number one asset that the United States had, was the worst fucking idea ever. But anyway, guess who's just figuring that out right now? Just guess who's saying, you can say, and I can say, you don't say, dumbass. Bloomberg News via Yahoo News. They're just figuring this shit out, folks. Look at this. Tired of too strong and new weaponized greenbacks, some of the world's biggest economies are exploring ways to circumvent the U.S. currency. No shit, Sherlock. That would have been a better meme. No shit, Sherlock. Is there a meme that says no shit, Sherlock? Let me look, just in case. We'll use that for the... in fact, we'll use that in the future here. No shit, Sherlock. Let's see if there's an image for that. My gosh, there is. No shit, Sherlock. A couple good ones. But ain't that the truth, folks? Listen, corporate news, corporate media, Bloomberg News, via Yahoo News, they're all lying bastards. If you find out any truth from them, it'll be way too late. The truth comes out way later than it needs to, if it comes out at all. But you know, I'm just saying, this comes up in Bloomberg now. Oh, look. Oh, maybe it's weaponizing the dollar's been an issue. Listen, if dumbasses like me knew this years ago, then how come you supposedly smart-ass college-educated motherfuckers at Bloomberg News and Yahoo News ain't figured that out yet, including politicians and economists that are complete frickin' morons? Well, no wonder. Take a look at what they produce in today's colleges. I'm sorry. I know some of you have kids and grandkids in college, but they're all right. Don't get me going on that. Don't get me going on that. It's too easy for me to jump down another rabbit hole. That should be the name of my videos. Rabbit Holes by Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. GATA.org. Great website. I'm not blaming them for putting that article up there. It just kind of shows you how stupid or how behind the 8 ball these people really are. I think that's a good term to use, behind the 8 ball. And suddenly everyone's hunting for fucking morons. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I blew off a few tonight, but you know, when you look at what is going on out there, folks, take a look at what's going on out in the world here. We'll just take a quick look at ZH. Let's not even talk about this stuff right here. What they passed that $1.7 trillion. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Has anyone even read it? No. Very typical anyway. No one read the Patriot Act, and we passed that motherfucker at 2 in the morning. Oh my gosh. I'm going off into, I just lost at least 1.5 viewers, 1.75, I'm sure. So, but by the way, it's an R-rated show, so if you want to go any further, please get the kids and the small animals out of the room. But meanwhile, besides all this stuff like this, man, and like this, and like this, $1.7 trillion omnibus spending package passed by the Senate, passed by the Congress, mostly Democrat-led. And I'm not going to get into partisan politics here. There's just as many, I mean, there's a lot of people in the Red Party that call themselves conservatives, and they're anything but. Lindsey Graham, I hope that man goes smokes turds in purgatory with John McCain, personally, another fucking war hawk. Again, I told you it was an R-rated show tonight. And I mean, and again, mainstream media, like I said, they're just figuring this out, or they're just figuring that they finally have to tell us that everyone's hunting for it. Well, the secret's finally out. I guess we got to let these assholes or dumbasses, not assholes, but dumbasses. That's probably how they look at us, as a bunch of assholes and dumbasses, because that's the way they treat us, politicians and the media, corporate media out there, mainstream media. But no less, wow. It's just sickening what's going on out there, folks. I call it the shit show last night, more or less. Welcome to the shit show. Well, you know, it's not even a welcome to the shit show. We've been living the shit show for quite some time. You know, it's just hard to, you know, when that shit slowly, when you're standing in the cup of shit, you know, that coffee cup of shit, and the shit is just kind of slowly filling up. It's hard to notice it, but you know, in the last couple years, it's just been on the accelerated. I mean, the shit's rising faster. That's why people are noticing it. The shit show didn't start just recently. It started decades ago. All right, we're just starting to notice it right now because it's getting up to our chins. And we're about to swallow a bunch of shit in this whole country. All right, I did tell you it was R-rated. You know, folks, between corporate media and your politicians out there, your government and the institutions, the lettered institutions, you can't trust anybody. The only people you can trust probably is your friends and your family. And yeah, given certain, you can trust them with, you can't trust some with certain things. All right, but for the most part, you certainly cannot trust corporate media, and you certainly cannot trust governments out there. I can't even think of a government I would trust right now. You know, I'm not saying that everyone in government is a rotten bastard or a crooked bastard, but I'm saying a larger and larger percentage are. And again, it's like filling the cup up with shit. We're getting to that point where we got so many stinking bastards in government and media right now that it is getting up to our mouths, and we're going to drown in it pretty soon. I know that's a horrible way to look at things, but hey, listen, you got to be a realist out there, and as I said, you don't say. So, hey, we're here to talk about gold and silver, man. I just kind of went off on some tangent there, but no less. Let's get out of gata.org. By the way, if you know folks out there, if you're new to listen to my videos, gata.org is a great site. These guys talk about the basics, confiscation, documentation. They talk about why and who would manipulate the price of gold. Not so much silver. I think Ted Butler does a much better job at that with silver. But gata.org talks about the Bank of International Settlements, talks about the Basel, the recent Basel III, I think it was, where they changed gold to a class tier 1 asset. They talk about a lot of really cool stuff and why central banks and why governments would want to suppress the price of gold. And I think they're spot on for most all of that, in my opinion. When it comes to silver, I like reading Ted Butler. He is the #1. He talks about lessons learned in 2022. Ted charges a subscription for these sites, so the best I can tell you, I really can't get into too much of it. You know, once in a while I'll highlight a few things here because I don't think he minds, because it might make you want to subscribe to his website, which is very reasonable. It's about $1.50 a day, once a month. And again, he understands how these silver markets are manipulated. Wow, phones are still ringing, and it was a slow day. Always is before the holidays. Well, speaking round numbers, Ted says, of course, price volatility. I mean, he's talking about the ranges of gold. Gold started out and ended up basically the same where it was last year, even though we've seen some big freaking ranges in the price of gold and silver. And Ted points that out. He also points out, and that we talk about all the time, that a lot of people talk about, is that the physical supply in silver is just dwindled so far that it is ultimately, and not ultimately, it is starting to show its effects in the ETFs. It is starting to show its effects in COMEX deliverables. And supply and demand is important. When they ignore it for decades and decades and decades in the crooked CRIMEX markets like they have with silver, and trust me, silver has been probably a 40-year monkey hammering. 40 years of monkey hammering by a bunch of paper derivative bullshit in the COMEX markets. That's the truth. That's a fact. We also know that these big commercial banks manipulate the gold and silver markets around substantially. They don't even try to hide it anymore, okay? But there's only a small percentage of people out there that understand this. You, I, people that watch videos like myself, and people that talk about this manipulation like Ted Butler and gata.org. So we're a small segment of folks. We're a small, I mean, again, take a look at corporate media talking about, they're just getting around to the idea, yeah, you don't say. They're just getting around to the idea that, oh yeah, weaponizing the dollar might be a bad idea. I mean, come on, give me a break here, folks. You can't, well, more rabbit holes. Okay, I can kind of, and rabbit holes kind of tend the way to meet up in the middle somewhere, and you know, anyways, tangled webs rabbit holes can be. The tangled webs we weave. Well, anyways, Ted talks about the silver manipulation in the markets, and they've been manipulated for decades, folks. The same thing with the price of gold. And let's get to that real quick, because I talked about what a shit show we got going on out there between. Look at this. How long have we been? We could do better than this when flights were twice as crowded 10, 20 years ago. Now we can't even get through. Well, we can't even get through flight cancellations through a winter storm. Right? I mean, sometimes it's not just the storms that are. It's the airlines haven't been able to get it together for a little while. And again, I guess I'm blaming a winter storm for why we have all these cancellations. But, you know, I got stuck up in Baltimore last year, if you guys remember, with really hardly any weather. It really was a lack of pilots out there. There's some bad shit going on when it comes to the airlines that they're not telling us about, but it seems obvious. But again, winter storms going across the north here, that might slow up flights. Look at this, 250. They put them out on bond, right? Did Bernie Madoff get bond? I don't think Bernie Madoff even got bond. You know, it's nice to be politically connected, and that's exactly what this crooked, fraudulent bastard is. He's well, he's not a bastard. He's got a dad with a name. Anyways, it's just what this crooked kid is right here. He's not even a kid. Crooked man is posing as a kid. Out on bail, really? $250 million bond? No kidding. And where did he get the $250 million from? I'd like to know that. Maybe his parents put it up for him. I guess he's living there from what I hear. It's nothing good out here, folks. Nothing good. Unless you read the bottled news. But I mean, we could even take a look at CNN, Wall Street Journal, all these publications. There's nothing good in there either. They just take all the bad shit that's happening and spin it. I know some of you say, well, ZH, there's nothing really. ZH reports a lot of negative bad stuff. Well, they do. I think it's in a more honest format. And again, ZH doesn't write all this stuff as well. But across the board, you know, it just depends on what spin you want to see. You want to see the fantasy spin, you want the red pill or the blue pill. I like the red pill myself. I don't like the red pill, but I think I'd rather have the red pill and live a realistic life and have a realistic idea of reality. Does that make a realistic idea of reality? Is that a double positive double? No, I guess not. All right. I mean, look. I mean, Toronto. You thought Toronto? I thought Canadians were at least civil up there. Now they got teenagers stabbing guys for. All right. It's the holidays. It's not hard to get depressed in the holidays, sometimes for some of us, but it's really a bad thing to do. But again, it's not hard to do when the country is run by morons, when the country is run by just plain out crooked thieves, people that lie in your face and gaslight you to talk about gaslighting. Oh my God. The same party and the same people that accuse so many others of gaslighting are to become the most gaslighting party and gaslighting people on the fucking planet. That includes the media out there. And gaslighting the media should never go together. I mean, but right now, that's exactly what it is. Corporate media has gaslighted us to hell. Wow, wow, wow. We haven't even talked about gold and silver, but we know these markets are crooked. What does that mean? It means that what I said yesterday might be true. We're going to see sub $1,800 gold, maybe sub $24 and sub $1,000 platinum before the year-end close. I mean, it looks like I don't think we're going to see any better markets tomorrow and before the Christmas comes around. And Monday's a closed market as well. Tuesday, I'm kind of curious what happens, but I think Tuesday markets maybe will suck as well. I believe they're going to try to stomp these markets sub 18, sub 24, and sub $1,000 at least. And then after the new year, all bets are off, but I say that consistently, and it really all depends on the crooked commercial shorts and how much longer they can keep this charade going. But meanwhile, if the crooks in COMEX, the CRIMEX markets are going to keep these prices super low like this, you take advantage of it, folks. I highly recommend you take advantage. Platinum sub 1,000, but the most unloved and probably, and the reason that platinum is probably so low is because not just because it's unloved, but on top of being unloved, it's probably such a small market that the crooks can even manipulate it more. The smaller the market, the easier it is to manipulate. That's why silver is such an easy market for these big collusive commercial positions to manipulate and fraudulently create these low silver prices like they do. It's just a small market. They can get away with it. Gold's a much harder and larger market to get away with. Platinum must be simple as shit as well. But I'm telling you, these markets are just, in the COMEX, CRIMEX markets, not just my opinion, but the opinion of people way smarter than me, are completely, entirely fixed, fucked, and crooked. All right? R-rated video. I'll try to see if I can keep the Friday pre-Christmas video a little bit cleaner. But I wouldn't invite the kids still, folks. All right, best deals out there. Nothing has changed on best deals. Nothing. It's still the same stuff. 90% silver coins. Stay away from the premiums. Are still high in my opinion, even though they've come down even lower. Again, I've been telling you folks, 90% sovereign type coins have come down substantially. I told you not to buy them a while back ago because the premiums were too high. Now the premiums come down substantially, but they're still not down far enough to where I would signal a buy on any of the sovereign products. Stick with the generic still, 1s, 10s, 100s. And as you know, I advertise to be at MEX, SD, JM Bullion, and all the locals down here in South Florida. I will do my best to get your business. It's pretty easy for me to do. Been doing this a long time, and I have good connections in the business. If you're buying anywhere from $1 worth of silver, gold, or platinum to $1 million+ worth of gold, silver, and platinum, come by our store, Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. There, my advertising is out of the way. I'm not going to get into premiums last night. I've done it the last couple nights. If you want to know what the premiums are, they are the same as last night. Actually, no. tiny bit cheaper for 90%'s come down about half a buck on the ask side, on the sell side, but I still wouldn't recommend it at these levels. The best deal out there is no doubt 100-ounce bars, 1-ounce bars, and kilo bars. But again, same price as last night. Best deal out there for gold is still 1-ounce gold bars. You know, Swiss Pamps, Perths, Valcombis, those type of things. They're even a little bit cheaper. Spot plus 70 bucks. I think they're down $3. Again, in small quantities, we can sell larger quantities for less. And if you're looking to buying larger quantities of gold, silver, and platinum, you know, we can do that here at Commercial Rare Coins. We can fulfill large orders. Trust me, much larger than most people think. And if you don't live in the state of Florida and you can't visit us at our brick and mortar, we can ship out 100 ounces of gold or 1,500 ounces of silver. That's our minimum for what we do for shipping out for people that are buying larger amounts. And you don't have to live in South Florida. We can arrange wires and secure shipping as well. But the, again, best deals out there are for certain the generic products still. Well, that's it, folks. I'm going to get into yesterday's video and answer a few questions. I haven't done comments in a while, and I've had the ability to do comments here. I feel like I got I do have 3 jobs. I just forgot. I got a 4th job now as well. Anybody ever handled an estate for their parents and they still have, knows that that is a 4th job as well. So I sound like I'm complaining. Forgive me for doing that. I'm a blessed person, and I'm happy for everything that I have, even the additional workload. Let me see here. But I love doing the videos. The videos actually, if I can devote good time to these videos and I can do a good job on them, I feel good about it. I hate it when I have to rush it or not do it right or my head's just not with it. I've been pretty consistent for the last 3 years, though, except for this last month. Toughest month I've ever had since you guys have known me. Give me 1 second. A little sip. Tonight's is a, I think it's a, oh, what the heck is it, a Merlot or something like that. Nice Merlot tonight. And, all right, let me answer some questions here. That's what I said I was going to do, and let's do that. That way I can finish my wine and have some dinner here. Welco, what's up? John Gordon said 47 bucks twice. I believe you. 47 bucks is cheap, John. I think that's like, it should be at least 100 bucks. That's just my opinion, of course. But 47 bucks, yeah, we're going to see that number. I am certain of that at some point. Michael Matthews, I just did a cheers to you, a wine to your coffee. Yeah, and one day I will get back to those morning coffee reports. I got to do it. I just got to get back to those morning reports. I've been in such consistently doing these evening reports. I've gotten used to doing them and getting my morning routine, what I'm doing. So more excuses. But anyway, we'll eventually get back to morning reports. Rob F, what's up? What's the F up, Rob? Anonymous Andy says, I think I'm reading last night's video. Hang on 1 second. I am. I reckon. Geez, you see what happens when you get old? And, well, more than that, trust me. That's the second thing to go, so they say. Let me see if I can open up. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Let's go back to, there we go. And it's going to play that for me. The dip for the climb. And, no, last night was the shit show. Damn it. How come it's not pulling? Oh, I know why. Because I got to hit this up here. For some reason, it doesn't show up unless I hit that video. Welcome to the shit show. It was last night's video. In case you missed it. Sorry about that. Dropped the Bull and Bear coin. Let me hit the skip ads. Yeah, there we go. Let's skip that ad. What a beautiful view that was last night. That's a Deerfield cam. Let me do the newest first. Sorry about that. As you know, I don't prepare for anything here. It's pretty obvious. Unscripted, unprepared, you name it. That's how I do these things. I feel much better doing it that way. Wow, a lot of comments last night. Holy crap. Thanks, Rob F. First again. How does he do that? What's the F is up, Rob? What's going on? Well, I said that twice. I guess I blew that. Welco says be well. God, Welco gets that second too, man. It's like deja vu. Yuli says even with economic inflation, we're happy to get. Oh my God, Yuli. Let's give you a thumbs down first because you're a scamming piece of crap. And we'll get to, you know what? Let's just hide the user from channel. That way they can just keep posting and wasting their time and none of us will ever see it. You like that idea, guys? I do. We'll do that. All the crooks in D.C. represent the corporate oligarchy and vote to grease their own palms. Absolutely Celtic knock. What's up, dude? Nice to see you. Thumbs up. Hey, thumbs up for everybody. Although I don't usually do thumbs up on this particular channel. Derek, amen, brother. You were spot on with the Representative Rand Paul, one of the very few that will not be bought. God, I almost got to give a thumbs up to that. But again, I try not to do thumbs up on the on our webpage itself. You know what? Screw it. Let's just do this. Thumbs up, and all. Yep, thumbs up there. And yep, thumbs up. Have to agree with you. Now I got a thumbs up the replies, which is going to top killing. I disagree with that, but I'm not going to do a thumbs down. Okay, Rand's just playing good cop. I'm not going to do that one either because I disagree, but I'm not going to give the thumbs down either. I'm just going to do thumbs up only. Keep it positive. Chris Dutcher always gets a thumbs up for me. Thanks, man. I'd like to think that I don't give fake news. You too. Thumbs up for you, Michael. Zane says, happy holidays. Thank you for everything. Hey, Zane, good to see you commenting as well. Thumbs up for you. Stephen Wagner, Fed doing their job, talking everything they can for their private bank. Thumbs up for you. That's exactly why you don't see people like that on the street. No better than go out into public. Yep, another thumbs up. I know who you're talking about. I think that I said that I would like to meet Mitch McConnell at nighttime on the street. So, well, you know why. Just so I could give my opinion to the man. I would like it to be a dark, quiet street with nobody on it, but that's the best time to give your opinion, isn't it, Daryl? I'm just joking. Who else is going to drive this market? Supply and demand, Bradley. Supply and demand is going to drive it. I mean, they've fucked it up so bad, the COMEX, CRIMEX markets and silver and gold. I don't know about other markets out there. I'm sure they're just as bad to some degree. But the silver market is just totally screwed. Totally screwed. Again, it's going to blow up in their faces, not ours, and blow to the upside. People got to buy silver. When the investment paper end of it can go endlessly at some point, but people need to have manufacturers out there need silver. And what happens when the people that actually buy silver for manufacturing uses and for uses and products and all that stuff, besides investment type people that want physical, what happens when the silver is not there available for them? Things change really quickly, Bradley. And I think that's what Ted Butler's been talking about, and I agree 100%. Daryl says they look like American. They look at you, but they're not your friend. They're not on your side. Absolutely, Daryl, 100%. I'm going to highlight that one right there as I move up to the next one. Happy holidays to everybody, too. Oh, you get a thumbs up. You get a thumbs up. Daryl's got a thumbs up there. Everyone's getting a thumbs up tonight. Oh, almost everyone. I'm a hardcore, can't stand, yep, can't argue with that. You get a thumbs up, happy holidays. Linda, you always get a thumbs up. And Silver Fox, haven't seen you comment in a while, I think, but thumbs up for you as well. And happy holidays again to everyone out here. 20 was not for silver. Absolutely. That's what Ted Butler's article was just about, caking it. You nailed it on the head. Absolutely thumbs up for you as well for nailing it. Just like my favorite man crush, Ted Butler here. Some of you call him my man crush. Who called McDonald? Joe McDonald. He calls it the man crush out there. What's up, Joe? Hope you and your wife are having a happy holidays. Michael Matthews, you again as well. Cheers to you. My throat is getting dry. British or Australian? I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking Australian, probably. But wow, I love my Aussie and British friends. I really do. I've made a lot of them over the years in the surfing world. Believe it or not, I like surfing. I've done some contests and events, and yeah, I like the. They're great. I love my Australian friends and my Aussie friends. The guys that are straight up libertarians at heart. Or people that are free at heart. They're the best. They're the best. Anyways, Dave Lee, thank you very much. Thomas, thumbs up for Dave there. And I'm sorry, there you go. Best video to date. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. You say that all the time, man. You're like Mom. Mom always says I'm the greatest. Thanks, Thomas. I appreciate it. Happy holidays. Christopher McCormick says Ukraine is nothing but a... Yeah, Ukraine is a shame. They've got Russian and Ukrainian brothers and sisters and family and people that once got along and loved each other, and maybe even if they didn't love each other, they got along and the countries coexisted until the last administration in 2014 created a coup down there and separated that country in two and created war and more war and more war. This is just a sin. I hope that all the warmongering hawks out there in the Congress and Senate and across the world, the EU, I hope they all soon meet John McCain in purgatory, and I hope they're all smoking turds with that motherfucker as well. And I'm happy to say that. Just my opinion, okay? Tom, thumbs up to you. Thomas Crompton says our country has been, yeah, I can't argue with that, man. Thomas, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, CR Chief, as well. Thank you very much. Absolutely reach. Oh, I read this earlier. You're talking about, you know what? Man, you spent a lot of time on that. Holy crap. Thank you. I appreciate that you actually spent time to comment to my videos here. Even if I don't always agree with everything that's out there. You know what? I don't care about Trump's tax return. You know, most of you are going to say, oh, you didn't vote for Trump? No, I didn't. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Biden. Neither one. I don't vote for lesser evils. I just don't do it. I vote for people that are honest, solid, good people, and I haven't seen them in political offices in a long freaking time, you know. So anyways, I'm not going to go into who I vote for or who I don't vote for. I definitely don't vote for lesser evils, and I could give a flying fuck about Trump's tax returns. That is just, in my opinion, another distraction. Trump's tax returns are distractions. There's so many distractions out there that I believe get you to forget about the important things like who killed Epstein, who, I'm sorry, who, you know what I mean, Edward Snowden, Assange, all these guys that pointed bad doings out there by government officials. I mean, oh boy. Another rabbit hole. All right, got me going. Anyway, thanks for watching, CR. I really do appreciate that. I think that the tax returns are just again, distraction. Why they're distracting you with a bunch of bullshit nonsense that doesn't make a difference in our fucking lives. They got their hands in your back pocket and they're stealing from you. One way or another, they're stealing your life, you know, they're stealing your essence, everything. They're stealing everything from you. Thanks, CR. Don't get caught up in those stupid distractions. Just my opinion. Silver Liner says, and I can't give you a thumbs up because, again, I think it's a distraction. I just think it's a bunch of nonsense, but I do appreciate the time that you took to write that. Silver Liner says, I still think 2023 is going to be a great year for precious metals. I agree with that. Can I get a yes, a Monkey Hammer coffee mug? Gosh darn. Wow. You know what? I should probably do a Monkey Hammer coffee mug, you know, and do it on a little store or something like that. I got to tell Marcelo about that. Monkey Hammer coffee mug. Love it. Love it. I'll let you know. Thank you, Welco Services. I appreciate that. Edward says, don't be ever afraid to say, I'm not. But what I don't want to be someone that just says it for the shock value or says it for entertainment value. You know, when I say it, I freaking mean it. It's passion. It really is. I mean, you got to get me rolling to get those words to flow out my mouth. But, you know, any good Irish, Italian person, wherever you're from, South American, Central American, British, Aussie, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, it comes out freely. You know what I mean? From good, free people are not afraid to speak. These evil clowns are really destroying. Yep, can't argue with that, Eugene. Happy holidays. Thumbs up to you. Love the title. Thank you. Love you commenters out there as well. Thank you very much. By the way, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button as well. I appreciate that. Christopher says uniparty. Yeah, definitely uniparty. It's like a uni-eyebrow or whatever the frick they call it. Just plain stupid, unnecessary, and ugly. And don't evil people mostly have unibrows? So uniparty is... red flavoring, funny shit. Yep, can't argue with that. You know, bad shit out there, man. Both parties, both flavors. 556, yeah. You know what? I'm not a big fan of the 556. Most of you are going to be surprised to find out that I am a 308 30-06 fan. I like those big boomer calibers. You know what I mean? But you know, 556 is definitely a good number for sure. All right, You notice I'm avoiding certain words. YF, thank you, Mellow Stacker. Appreciate that. YFZ Moto says, I don't trust the turtle. McConnell. McConnell's a piece of shit, man. He's a piece of shit. He's like Lindsey out there, Lindsey Graham. Like I said, these guys couldn't go smoke turds with John McCain in purgatory faster than I would like, actually. You know what I mean? I wish they'd go sooner. Again, that's smoking turds in purgatory with John McCain. So I want to make sure that I think that's okay to say that. Third world country, yeah, it's true. It's true. Yep, absolutely. Jeff, what's up? Morgan premiums. Yeah, Morgan premiums suck. Stay away from Morgans. If you got them, sell them, trade them, buy cheaper silver. But Morgan premiums just suck right now. For circulated coins, for better dates and stuff, that's a whole different ballpark. Happy holidays, Jeff Keller. Big J says -4. I didn't know there were such temperatures. I'm living 82 right now. I'm 58 on this weekend, and I'm going to probably be wearing a sweater, some socks, and a bunch of other shit. 58 -4. Where do you live? The North Pole, Big J? Happy holidays there, sir. Appreciate it. And stay warm. Ukraine will be more yeah, absolutely. Sadly enough, true. Oh, man. Spending like a drunken sailor. I love that. Man, I love Navy, Marines, Air Force, Army. Somewhat, and I'm just kidding. Anyway, I love all the armed services out there. I mean, guys that took the time to go out of their lives and spend their time and their lives actually to do that stuff. Get a lot of respect from me, no matter what service they're from. Coast Guard too, great people. Know a lot of Coast Guard people in Florida as well. Happy holidays, JTBS. I hope you get a chance to visit here. Dennis says, want to talk about my highly respected thoughts about goldbacks. They appear to be a novelty for now. The manufacturer said if you melted yours, 1/1000th of gold would look like a BB shrunk by 10 times, but it is 20. Yeah, you don't have, it doesn't have much utility. Again, I think you're right, $1.85 worth of gold, and there's like a $5 premium. I think they're cool, like you said. Great concept, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I mean, wouldn't it be cool if the United States made a currency like that? I mean, at least they're giving you something, a little bit of gold, $1.85 worth of gold. Shit, I'll take it for a $5 bill versus the bullshit paper that's has nothing in it like we have right now. So thank you, Dennis. Agree with you 100% on that, and happy holidays to you as well. Thumbs up to you. And another thumbs is considered asking you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Seems like they're damn determined to destroy America. Absolutely. Eat your bugs, tree climber. I can't argue with that. I'd try a bug. You know what the hell? One thing that my mom and dad, my father was very good at is he always liked to be experimental in food and all kinds of stuff. And my parents taught us about that. We would eat anything that were put in front of us just to try it. That's just, love my father about that. My mother's the same way. Try anything once. Hey, thanks, Frank. I appreciate that. Thumbs up to you. Next time you're down here, come by. How do I feel about French 20 francs? I think they're a great deal. I think French and Belgium and all those 20 franc pieces out there that you can buy at spot, you know, melt plus maybe $30 or something. I don't even know what it is, but pretty damn good deal. Even though 10th ounce gold prices on Eagles are coming down. Thumbs up to Helen. Yeah, a lot of planets always changing. At some point, the sun's going to be so big, this whole world will just be a giant ash ball. Ash with a bunch of ash holes and ash balls. Oh, hey, listen, you added a period there. I don't know if that changes anything, but happy holidays and thumbs up to you. Thumbs up and a thumbs up. All right, guys, gotta go. Thanks for watching my videos. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Been in this location since 1995. Been doing this since 1977. If you're looking to buy any amounts of gold, silver, and platinum between $1 and millions of dollars worth, and you live in South Florida, come by. We do a cash and carry thing. We also, again, face-to-face sales. If you are anywhere in the continental U.S. and are a larger buyer and want to buy more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 1,500 ounces of silver, call us at Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. We can do traditional type bank wires and safe, secure shipping as well. Call us anytime, again, if you're doing larger quantities like that. But if you live in South Florida and you're visiting us, you know, you can come by and buy any amount of gold and silver from us. I think that's really about it. Hope you guys have a great evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.